Hi, welcome to Tabletops and Bottoms, the show where we talk about all things TTRPG, nerdy, and or gay. This week we're talking about weird shit that's now canon.
That's a solid intro.
I fucked it up.
That's okay though.
Okay.
Like the actual main intro is good though.
Okay.
I also realized that technically this is our first episode of the new year, 2025. It's like the beginning of December for us right now when we're recording this, so it's fine. But I'm also still got my little gingerbread man. Adorable. The hat wouldn't fit on my head, so that's okay. So when I say weird shit that's canon, or when we talk about it, we mean like in our own games, not like weird shit that became canon in like the actual source books.
No, I don't know anything about that.
I know some, but not to the extent a lot of like diehard D&D fans know things. Sure. Do you want to start? I have a quick list of things.
Mine's listed at the bottom. You go first.
Okay. I like that I also spelled liberation wrong. It's fine.
Really did.
I really did. So these are things that either unintentionally became canon or purposefully became canon in our world. So when I'm also very specifically talking about the game that I run, which is our Dungeons and Doggies campaign. Starting off strong, Danny DeVito is canon in our game, kind of. In the sense of Danny DeVito inspired characters end up in this world. And in this case it was a weird convoluted way that it turned into canon because originally it was Typhon DeLeon from Borderlands 3. His character was based on Danny DeVito, but Danny DeVito did not voice Typhon DeLeon. So in a weird convoluted way, it is Danny DeVito. I'm
confused.
It's fine. But you guys didn't trust him from the beginning.
No.
Which I thought was super funny because originally was supposed to be just kind of like a weird one-off cameo. And then I was like, wait a minute, I can spin this. So I also have a very, I don't want to say personal trope that I fall into. I do, I know. I really like introducing them to the big bad like very early on and they don't realize it. Or they do realize it and just also can't do anything about it.
I see.
Yeah. Because you guys have already met the big bad in campaign 2 already, so. You just don't know who it is yet.
Is it Chrissy?
It's not, actually. Shockingly, it's not.
She gave Rancid vibes, too.
She has her own set of issues.
She had Rancid vibes.
In another game that I'm playing, or that I did play, actually, this one was my own system.
Was it Chrissy's dad? Oh, wait, he's dead.
He's dead. He's already gone. Episode 1 died.
Oh, no, I'm just going to think about who it is.
It's you. No.
That would be crazy.
It's not. It's not, though. When I say things becoming canon, not just like real life things, but also things that you guys have done that just sort of like stuck.
Yeah.
For example, in a game, you were not in this game, but in another game that I was running, we were talking about like what would Everclear be for robots, and the name they came up with was Shutdown. So now like Everclear in the game is called Shutdown instead of Everclear. Same funny. Thing with, it was in space. So one of our characters was a doctor and we're talking about like HIPAA. And they were like, well, it's space HIPAA. And that's what I was saying. I was like, it's space HIPAA. And they're like, no, we're on a ship. So it's SHIPAA. And then it ended up sticking, so now it's just Shippa.
Uh-huh. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The one that's in my campaign. So I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm like, how do you run a game? And then I was like watching this YouTuber talk about bar rescue, and I was like, this is perfect. I'm gonna make them rescue a bar. But I was like, I can't just knock off the name. What's a fantasy name for bar rescue? Tavern Liberation. And none of them guess this. None of them is this much of a bar rescue fan as I am. No. So I also introduced the main guy. His real name is John Taffer or some shit. I don't know. I think it's John Taffer. I know for a fact his last name is Taffer because that's what I named my villain. Who is a large toad man because just look at him in real life. So yeah, now he's a guy. Now he's a villain in my campaign.
Yeah.
Because they didn't kill him, which I was planning on.
Not to mention, you also, one that went over our heads entirely because none of us had ever seen.
I did not. I thought it was, more known.
I'm not going to lie. I thought you were doing not, I was going to say Tavern Liberation. Bar Rescue.
Uh-huh.
I thought you were doing like Hell's Kitchen or like, what's the one where like Gordon Ramsay goes around to like the different restaurants? I thought that's what you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Kitchen
Nightmares. So I straight up thought Taffer was Gordon Ramsay.
No. But now I have to make him a part of the universe too. Like
you made us watch the pirate episode after that.
Yeah.
And then after we watched it, we were all of us immediately were like, oh, I get it now.
And then you were like, we should have killed him.
After that, we were like, we should have killed him.
Yeah, he kind of deserves it. That corporate one, that was so bad. Like his stupid idea. Did you stay long enough for that one?
I don't remember.
It was another one where it was like, oh, it was that one. That's the same episode.
Oh, was it the one
when he changed it into corporate bar instead of like a pirate themed bar, and they were like, "This is stupid," and then we were like, "Yeah, that's really stupid."
Yeah.
It's a fun show, but he's very unlikable.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one was mine.
I think there's gonna be a lot more in yours.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to insert celebrity chefs every now and then.
I think also like unionizing is now definitely a thing in your world.
Yeah.
So we're like business cards.
Yeah.
And magazines.
Yeah. Because it wasn't a TV show because they don't have TV in Pirate Times. It was just a published magazine. Very popular.
I think also speaking of technology in our worlds, campaign 1 for my campaign was absolutely like straight up high fantasy. Campaign 2 took on more of like a Legend of Korra style like technology where it's like a mix of like both fantasy and reality because now you guys have like Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh yeah.
But it's not Kardashians, it's Keeping Up with the Bertos, which leads me to my next point of accidentally the entire Bertos chain are all pelicans now.
If you don't know, in Arizona and in the Southwest, there's a lot of Mexican fast food restaurants that are named something Berto. So Filiberto is the big one here. And then there's also Rolioberto. And then like Heriberto. Like weird Beto names.
There's like 7 of them.
There's a lot.
Yeah. And now they are canon in our world, but they are part of a telenovela called Keeping Up with the Bertos.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. My character was flirting with one of them.
Absolutely. And got a proposal on top of that.
She knows where it's at.
She does. That one I think is a very fun accidental. Not even accidental. That one was a tiny bit on purpose.
The proposal?
Not the proposal.
Okay.
You just rolled a nat 20 on charisma for that, and I just let you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Incredible.
that one was a little bit on purpose in the sense of I knew Filiberto was going to make an appearance.
That was the ghost.
That was the ghost. Yeah, that was the pelican ghost that we talked about in the last episode. And then it just turned into an entire like telenovela, and then your character was like, I'm a fan.
Yeah. I was like, it would be really funny if she was a fan. It fits her character. She's like a wine aunt.
She really is. I love this character. Like, I'm excited for her arc to come up too.
Oh.
But her arc, I'm sorry, won't hit until like arc 4.
That's fair. She was the last minute character. Well, not really.
Not really. She came in at episode 3.
She was built for the in-between.
Yeah.
And then she had to make a crossing over because I lost a character to the void.
Yeah. As a character, unrelated, as a character, I do love the void as a character. Which technically you won't see until...
The void is sentient? Does he love us?
I'll let you wait on that one. That's like an in-between in campaign 3.
I hope he loves us. Kimmy. I hope he loves Kimmy. And Valeria. Oh, maybe he doesn't love Kimmy because he kicked her out.
You'll figure it out.
Oh no.
Um,
She craves the void now.
I think another fun one that accidentally came about is that Kansas and Alabama are both canon places in our story because during campaign 1 there was a side quest with Jumanji, essentially, but with mice, so it's called Maisanji. And the first words out of the character's mouth was, like, where are we? And I said Kansas, so Kansas became an accidental, an accidental real location in our game, as well as Alabama, and that was an accidental, Sweet Home Alabama joke that I had made, and now it's canon. Maisanji was Jumanji. And then you guys also have another one called Chirper, which pre-Musk times, it's Twitter. Oh, and going back to my original point about like technology in this world, guns were introduced in campaign 1, but the very last few episodes of campaign 1. And then campaign 2 has a lot of modern technology, but more in the sense of like, I don't want to say like 1920s, but like a weird mix of like 1920s and like the 80s in terms of technology. So like everything like looks super old. Because like there is a reality TV show that happens. There are things such as like speakers and live broadcasts, things happen of that nature. But it's also like 1920s where they all look super old, but also there's the ability to like live stream certain things. And I think in a world with magic, that works.
We can live stream?
Yeah, so what did you think your entire divorce court...
Oh my god.
The entire divorce court was being live streamed. So was your WWE fight. And
I thought everyone just crammed in.
This
makes sense.
Yeah, you have like announcers. There was like a whole pay-per-view thing that I mentioned.
But now like Cammy would be an Instagram live influencer.
I feel like where your character grew up, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Just because like on the Flotsam,
She's a teenager now.
That's true. She is a teenager now.
She's got to find a phone.
Next birthday that she has, convince one of your uncles to get you a phone. It'll 100% be like one of those like flip phones, but for some reason has like the capacity for like live streaming.
It's like those fancy Japanese ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like gonna be like a Twitch or something, but it has to be like something different than Twitch. Like that's also the thing I think about intentionally putting real world things into your games, is that it's fun to give them like fantasy names. How you have like Tavern Liberation, or as my typo says, Liberation.
Yeah, Tavern Liberation.
I think Twitch would have to be like,
I'm just kidding. I'm just thinking of things that rhyme.
I was thinking like
Itch.
Yeah, I was thinking like Itch or something, or like
Itch is already a different website.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh fuck.
While we are in the advice portion of this episode, even though technically it's at the end, okay. Advice for bringing in real world stuff. I can't talk today.
It sounded like you were about to say World War II.
Advice for bringing World War II into your game.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Advice for bringing real world things into your game. I would say give it a funny name. Number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2. I don't know. I only had one.
Number 2, I think pull from something that either you think is personally fun, or that you think other people will find fun at your table. Because I absolutely did. Duolingo was a bit. Straight up, Duolingo was a bit. It became canon.
Yeah, because it was like a extra bonus episode.
It was our Halloween episode.
Yeah.
Oh, also, like, in terms of bringing real world stuff into your game, I like bringing in holidays into our game. So I've done Halloween episodes. I've done Christmas episodes. I try to do like a vacation episode. It doesn't generally happen.
Oh yeah, we did get one.
Yeah, you did.
That was fun.
Yeah. I'll get into that later. But bring in stuff that you enjoy, I think. It's okay to make them stupid, and it's okay to make them funny, because generally those things end up sticking, and it's very memorable for your players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like things that you personally are passionate about.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bar rescue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's okay, I think, if not everybody gets it.
Yeah. But it was still funny.
Yeah. If you're outside of the United States, or maybe you do know it, I don't know. Blue Bunny, the ice cream, became an island on our end campaign 1.
I did not realize it was the ice cream.
That's why it's called the Island of Blue Bunnies, because
that might be stupid.
Yeah, so there's that. And then also like maybe this falls under a different category, but if you're struggling to write a campaign, it's okay if you pull from pre-existing plot lines. I'm not saying okay. When I say this, I don't mean take it and claim that you wrote it on your own. Don't do that, because that's straight up like plagiarism. That's wrong. Don't do that. But it's okay to take inspiration. I have absolutely pulled plot lines from video games that I know that none of them play. And I'll use those plot lines, and it really, really helps sort of like push things along. I will not say that I did that myself. Like, I will absolutely be like, oh yeah, I straight up pulled this from here. If you have any weird shit in your games,
let us know.
Let us know. I'm super curious. I know some people will do like the meme things. I know that in a lot of other people's games, like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo is like
incredible.
An actual like big bad, or an NPC or something, because there was that whole thing like years ago. There's that whole thing like, LOL, what if Shaggy was in D&D, and then somebody actually came up with a proper character sheet for it.
That's funny.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. With that said, we're we're going to end the episode here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you want to hear more from us, like, subscribe, push all the buttons, you know what to do. You can find us right here on YouTube and on Spotify. Feel free to leave us a comment if you want to hear us talk about something, or if you want to share some of your own experiences. We would absolutely love to hear them. And if you want to support us in a more personal manner, please consider donating to our Ko-fi. Bye!